Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angelica Compitangelo, and I am the Technical Marketing Manager here at Edmund Optics Europe. And today I'm just going to be chatting to you about imaging at Edmund Optics and taking you through some of our recent innovations. So before we begin, just a quick word about Edmund Optics and who we are. So Edmund Optics is a major supplier of optics, photonics, and imaging components. We have over 34,000 different products within our standard catalogue through lenses, cameras, lasers, optomechanics, and many, many more. However, we have a strong focus in polished glass optics and imaging assemblies. And alongside our catalogue of standard optics, we also offer customized solutions from prototype volumes to full production volume quantities. We are a US-based company owned by the Edmund family. However, we have a global footprint with subsidiaries in manufacturing all around the globe. And with over 80 years experience in the industry. And since EO has been around for such a long time, we are proud to have customers like Bart Simpson and the Big Bang Theory scientists. So while Edmund Optics does many things, in this presentation, we'll focus on imaging. And in particular, we'll talk about our technologies and expertise, as well as some of our more recently launched products. And ultimately, what Edmund Optics can do for you, the vision and imaging community. All right, so let's start by looking at our vision manufacturing capabilities. Now, as well as designing all of our sort of standard range of imaging lenses, we can also offer tailored solutions to our customers. At Edmund Optics, we support you at each step of your project journey, starting at the very beginning with design, whether that be optical or optomechanic design, analysis, optimization, or modeling. We have optical design resources in both the US and China in our hubs. However, we are also strengthening our EU engineering team, since as very excitingly, as of this summer, we are going to be adding some extra optical design resources in our engineering hub in Germany, just to be closer and to better service you guys, our European customers. So with regards to manufacturing, we actually have a dedicated factory to imaging lenses and imaging components located in Shenzhen in China. So those guys do high volume assembly of optomechanical and imaging assemblies, design, they do prototyping, they do testing, including MTF and interferometry. And in Shenzhen, there are millions of imaging lenses that are assembled, manufactured, and shipped every year. So, of course, hand in hand with manufacturing comes metrology. Here at EO, we say if you can't measure it, you can't make it. So we employ a wide variety of metrology equipment to ensure the quality of all of our imaging lenses that we manufacture. We do this using our state-of-the-art metrology suites present in our factories, which include things like interferometers, profilometers, spectrophotometers, etc., etc. Now, we do imaging performance testing on all our products, whether standard or custom. However, we can also carry out things like environmental testing, for example, temperature, humidity, shock, vibration, all conducted in-house for our custom products as well. We also include testing and certification reports upon request. And another thing that we have been doing more and more is custom test bed development. So we can actually develop metrology systems that measure specifications that can't be measured by existing metrology equipment. So if you have a project, a particular thing that you want to measure within your imaging system, let us know and we are able to develop that with you. Now, let's move on and have a look at some of our more exciting products and recent innovations that we have come up with recently. So let's start by looking at our new range, well, our newest ranges of ruggedized lenses. So to meet the changing requirements of the market, as more and more pressure is put on imaging systems to perform at more and more sort of harsh conditions, we've developed several families of ruggedized versions of our standard lenses. Our newest, which include an M12 ruggedized blue series lens and 2 different versions of our high performance series lenses, C-mount series lenses as well. Both of these have been specifically designed for harsh environment vision applications where you will have a lot of shocks or vibrations present. So basically these lenses feature things like reduced moving parts, like a fixed iris and a single threaded focus to prevent sort of damage coming from the optic. We have also glued in all of the optical elements so that they don't rattle within the housing and cause issues with performance. They retain their pointing stability and have really, really minimal pixel shift within those environments as well. The HP series in particular also includes a locking ring for extra stability. So we made all of these modifications to make sure that, you know, through shocks and vibrations, the imaging performance of the lens remains as is. Both of these models resist shocks up to 50G, and they have got added robustness. So they're perfect for applications such as automotive or robotics. Next, we have our LT series. So our LT series is an imaging lens with a fully integrated liquid lens. So this particular model features an optotune focus tunable lens. So this will enable focusing at varying working distances for applications in factory automation, for example, where you have to look at the lid cap of different bottles as they pass through a conveyor belt. And actually, the exciting thing about these is that this is the first complete series of imaging lenses that is optimized for 1.1 inch format sensors that have an integrated liquid lens within them. Now, we designed these lenses sort of ground up so that they would be fully optimized for a maximum liquid lens performance, and they feature up to 12 megapixel of high resolution performance, and they even have a front threading for easy filter integration. Now, next we have our CW series, which is our ingress protection ruggedized set of lenses. Now, these are really cool because they are our first waterproof lenses. So what they have is within the mount, there are multiple sealed O-rings that keep sort of between the optical elements that keep any water from entering the lens. They also have a hydrophobic window at the front of the lens to ensure that no water droplets remain and that the front lens is actually covered. Now, this is really, really helpful when you're working in applications that operate in sort of close range, high pressure, high temperature water spray downs. They do meet ingress protection ratings IPX7 and IPX9K, which means that they can withstand exposure to water of up to 1 meter depth for 30 seconds. So they are fully waterproof, submerged in water to that point. So that makes them really ideal for applications including things like food, pharma, automotive, security, you name it. And last, but certainly not least, we have been adding new focal lengths to our CA series lenses. Now, these are a compact APS model designed for high resolution in large format sensors. Now, the TFL mount has been around for many years, but there was a gap between the 1.1 inch and the full format sensors and nothing with APS-C. So this particular series of lenses with the TFL mount fits right in between sensor sizes covered by C mount to F mount. It is also more stable as it is a screw-in mount rather than a bayonet F mount. And their compact size, ultimately though, their compact size, whilst accommodation for large format sensors, makes them ideal for machine vision applications such as factory automation. So, what can we, Edmund Optics, ultimately do for you, the customer? Well, we can apply our core strengths in imaging, our application expertise, and innovative design to your projects. Additionally to that, we have a wide variety of standard components available on the shelf, ready to ship for quick delivery. We can quickly do modifications to existing standard products depending on what suits you. And we can also do that full ground up custom design. Within that, we have full transparency on the whole of the R&D process and project chain. We are really there to help you develop any specifications that you might need, and we will check with you at all stages of the project just to make sure that you're okay with everything. Additional to that, we have a whole host of expertise, our experts in design, manufacturing. They will all be available to you within your project to help you go through to the next stage. All right, thank you very, very much for listening to me this afternoon. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask a question in our chat space. And if you've got any ulterior questions coming from today, do not hesitate to contact me at my email address. So with that, I would like to thank you very much again for sticking with us, and I wish you a pleasant afternoon.